Good morning, everybody.
Don't bring me into this.
It's me and Jane here this morning. So, something a little bit different. Something happened. Something happened, didn't it, Jane?
Yeah.
Jane wants to be voice only today for the simple reason...
That I've got my warehouse face on.
Yes, you have. You have. Jane is not meant to be on air today. However, everything has gone...
Funny.
Well, it's all gone a little bit crazy, isn't it?
It's got a bit weird.
It has gone a little bit weird. Yesterday, when we joined... Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. When we did our Zoom workshop yesterday, we turned on... We have a piece of very expensive kit called a Pearl. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yes.
And that does all of our broadcasting stuff. It streams for us. It switches our cameras for us. Like it's basically an entire studio in a box. That's what we use. And yesterday, computer said no. So this morning, Josh got up early. Bless him. Thank him for this. Stripped the whole thing out. Rebuilt the whole thing. And computer still said no.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not speaking to the internet, is it, or something? That's what basically. It's not talking to us.
It's gone on strike.
It's not talking.
It has gone on strike. Now, Jane.
Yes.
A lesser, fainter-hearted company would have gone, sorry, we're not doing anything today, and gone for coffee and cake. However, we are not that company. So we decided, what are we going to do? We're going to go live.
Yay.
On my phone. So that's what we're doing. Hence, it's a bit, I'm really sorry, it is a bit close up. I was like, Jane, I could just get a pair of tweezers and just, wake out the... It's that close. I'm so sorry. So good morning. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bearing with us. The other thing is, yesterday I did a thing, Jane.
You did do.
I can't blame technology. It was me. Yesterday I had promised you the 1 kilo cork ends bags.
Yes.
That we would continue to sell them and then we'd do a running total. So they're on a pre-order because I kept ordering them, buying them, and it's just much easier because we have to import them. It's much easier if I just have one big lump and then go to Portugal. Please send me this one big lump. And so that's much easier. Only I forgot to tick the button that allows me to do that. Anyway, you let me know after the show. Thank you very much. And I righted it. But I had said the cutoff was going to be midnight. It's not now midnight because I want to apologise and give you until the end of this show. Then I need to count everything up and speak to Portugal. My Portuguese is rubbish. Can you speak any Portuguese?
No, I need to say thank you.
Oh, what's that?
Obrigado.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. You can go a long way with just a thank you, can't you?
I always try and learn how to say thank you at least,
Yeah.
if not hello.
Manners maketh man. I keep telling Freddie this. Like, he doesn't have to be the best at everything, but he does have to be the most polite. Gemma's here. Good morning. Well, we know Gemma's here. Bless her. She's been going, how's this going to work then? Possibly badly. Claire's here. Ginny's here. She says good morning from a breezy Essex. Anne's here. Good morning all. When tech goes bad, we keep going. That's what happens, Anne. Whoops. Sharon's here. Jane's here. Rachel's here. Good morning. Kate's here. Heroes to give it a go. Well, I mean, we'll see. Do you know who is the hero actually today? We have 2 heroes. One hero is Josh, who, having had a very late night last night, got up early this morning to try and rebuild technical stuff that I don't know, do I? I don't get it.
No, none of us know. It's magic as far as we're concerned.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. That's going to be the face that this holds on, isn't it? You know, it always has that face. It's going to be something like, or something, isn't it? Which is always a winner. And the other hero of today is Jane, because I was meant to have been prepping this morning Leesa's go-go bag.
Yes.
And instead, because I'm going to have to hold cameras instead, Jane's going to do it for me. So Jane is the other star of today. Thanks, Jane. She hates me right now. I cannot tell you how much she hates me right now.
Don't hate
She's
you.
going to put a good face on it because she's a trooper.
Not loving you much this morning.
But inwardly,
I don't hate you. I don't.
Inwardly, I'm not her favourite person. So, a big thank you to Jane. Morning, severe weather warning in Melbourne. I was going to say we have the opposite. We've got a bit of heat.
Got the nice sunshine again.
Yeah. Joy says, sorry if you're having a bit of a mare. I like my mares best in the field. That's where they should
our
be.
favourite kind.
And Nikki says, morning, have I missed something? Yeah, everything's gone kaput. But it's okay because we always have ways.
We always have a backup.
We always have a way. So today is last chance Leesa Chandler on many items, actually. I've found a few bits.
Yeah.
I've found a few bits. And then I found boxes and boxes of her patterns.
Yes.
We've never shown anybody.
Yeah, well, we've always waited for a fabulous fabric, and we've been waiting, haven't we, for Lisa's new launch. Which
And I don't know when that's going to be.
We've not heard much.
So, what we're going to do for you today, we're going to show you what we have. These are mainly last chance saloons. We've done some lovely bargains, and then we're going to go my take, which is now Jane's take, on the go-go bag. Because the thing is, when you get a pattern, and this is the go-go bag here, okay, it's very easy to look at that and go, well, I don't have that fabric, so I can't do it.
Yes.
But actually, when you look at it, it's just 3 contrasting fabrics. Do we have 3 contrasting fabrics?
We've got lots of beautiful contrasting fabrics.
Do. So, Leesa Chandler, her sale of herself to me was that her fabrics were better quality than Liberty. Well, today we're going to do Leesa Chandler. This is the irony of it. Today we're going to do Leesa Chandler's in Liberty, and it's going to be fabulous quality. So it's all very good. I've got boxes of things to show you. So let's have a rummage in my box. Oh, and also, I'm going to give you a quick... Oh, no, that's the wrong way. Oh, gosh, that's me. Hang on. Oh, can I spin this? Ah, there we go. Look, these are the fabrics for tomorrow. They're a bit jazzy, aren't they, Jane?
They're gorgeous.
But could you imagine that with denim or a plain to make something like this?
It'd be lovely.
Or
I
this.
just think they're gorgeous. They'd make super backings of quilts as well.
Could you imagine? And they're wider because they are a cotton lawn.
Yes, they're soft.
They're wider and they're soft. It's Dashwood. There you go. Rachel Parker,
you could make
who's all...
shirts out of those as well, couldn't you?
You could.
They'd make lovely shirts.
Oh, that'd be lovely. Right, should we have a look in the box? I'm a living in a box. We've got a song for everything, haven't we, Jane?
Always.
Always. I've had to box off the rest of the studio so that...
So you can't see the mess.
I know. It's awful. I was going with people's personal information.
Yes.
But
yes.
AKA...
because it's always very tidy in the studio.
Isn't it?
Mess. We have creative space.
We do have a creative space. Do you know what, actually, Jane? The nice thing about this is that, look, I'm going to put everybody on a little stand there. And we can have a little look at this. These are the last ones of the floral. The floral has been one of my absolute favourites.
It's a really versatile fabric.
And look, to the extent that it's part of that collection that is on the Bag Basic Designs book cover. It's a stunner. I have half metre heavened it, sort of, but that's £10.99 for 2.5 metres. They're going to be able to see all the detail. You can see all the detail, all the metallic and everything else.
It's just beautiful fabric. Lisa's fabric is stunning. Which is
do you know
why
what?
we haven't got very much of it left.
Oh, it's gone, isn't it? We're going to make this one today, so we needed 3 different fabrics. Let me show you the kits for that. Because, Jane, what dawned on me is that you don't actually... Imagine your 3 different layers and 3 different greys. Should have been 50, shouldn't it? But just 3 shades of grey.
3 shades of grey will do.
Yeah.
Today.
We don't want to be greedy, do we? It's only Tuesday. Now if it were the weekend.
Well, yes.
Yes. So we thought, well, why not do a wax base?
Oh, that would be nice.
Wax base.
Yeah.
And then you can...
give it a lovely...
Yeah. So wax and Liberty. Then some of Rennie Nanaman.
Cottage cloth.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Bit
I
whip
love
woo.
that cottage cloth. It's got that linen effect.
Which I can show everybody now. Look, I can show everybody because we're going insanely close.
Yeah, because it's printed fabric, but it's still got...
It doesn't look like it though, does it?
Yeah, it looks like linen.
Do you ever want to see the Liberty close-up? I love this Liberty. It's the gift that keeps on giving. We're going to demo in this one because I gave it to Jane and went, oh! Do you remember when we were both at Sewing Quarter? There was that lady who was crazy about red. Everything was red. I think her name was Wendy.
Yes.
And she lived in Wales.
Yes.
When I was cutting this morning, I thought, I wonder what happened to Wendy Mathias, because she'd have loved this.
I still follow Wendy. She's still very strong. Yeah, she's just recently retired and she's
Well, she could be making one of
enjoying her
these.
retirement to the full.
In all the red. In all the world. There we go. So this would have been Wendy's bundle. In my head, that's what it was. I mean, in my head, lots of things happen, Jane. It's just tricky to catch up.
Actually, I'd like to be in your head some days.
No, I'd quite like an escape. Just a day off would be nice.
That'd be nice.
We both agreed, woo,
Yes.
cheery and sunny. That's what we went for here. Navy and yellow. Just a winner.
Winner every time.
But fresh
I love it. Nice
and sunny.
bright, yeah, and summery, yeah.
Now, here's the thing, right? You're getting a 1/2 metre. And don't forget, the denim is wide.
Yes.
54 inches by a 1/2 metre of the Liberty.
Yeah.
So that's, again, a wide 1/2 metre.
Yes.
And this one is a wide 1/2 metre as well. So actually, a lot of Lisa's bags could be done in this. This could be a lining. These could be the outer pocket.
Yeah, lots of them.
All of these. So if you have a bag that you are just desperate to make, go ahead. Do that. I don't think I told Gemma that I have one of the silver fans left. Gemma, if you're listening, Soz babes. I've got one silver fan 1/2 metre that we can add into stock.
That won't last long.
For goodness sake, she's going to have to go in, unarchive the SKU, set it live, add all the channels, the tags, everything else. She's like, you think it's an easy job, Natasha. This, Jane, out. Can I come? Am I a bit close? No, I think I've just zoomed in even closer. This one, do you know what? This one was always really underrated, I felt. You've got like strips of different florals. I'd just make cushions out of this.
It's beautiful.
It's so lovely.
Used in the flap of the saddle satchel bag, isn't it? On
In the flap of the bag?
in that bag basics.
There, but just in black. Yeah, so you see you could do that with denim.
Oh, it looked gorgeous with that.
Wouldn't it? Do you want to see it with some denim? Come on, Jane, we can make this happen. This could be your saddle satchel. And do you know what?
We've got some of those. We've got the lovely chestnut wax as well, that should look lovely with that.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I'm just going to go off key for a minute, Jane. Strangely, because
How unlike you, Natasha.
I know. If we're just talking about the saddle satchel,
Yeah. With a buckle.
I've got them with buckles. Now, I'm just going to hold this up here because I've got them with either single buckles in various different colours. These buckles we imported, they're leather. They're proper leather. If you're of the vegan tendency, look away now. Don't upset yourself. So you've got the pattern and the buckles. It's the buckles that are the hard thing to get for this bag.
Yes.
It's not a fancy fabric. We've all got fancy fabrics.
We've got
We can all find a denim or a plain or a wax or whatever for the outside of it. It's up to you. But now, you might be saying, but Natasha, it's got 2 buckles. Some have got 2 buckles. Some have got single buckle. Teeth back in. Because, if you see my one, I need to wash this, Jane. I've used it so much. This was mine. I did it in a cave, unsurprisingly. And I did it with a single buckle.
And it looks fabulous.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
So don't feel like you've got to have 2 buckles.
One buckle will do.
You can mono buckle.
It's lovely.
So, this is just to give you an idea. Yes, you can do it with Leesa fabric, beautiful, but you can also do it in other fabrics and mono buckle all over the place.
Are those the faux buckles where it's actually a magnetic clasp?
Yeah.
Rather than having to undo it.
Oh yeah, we're not doing any of that.
Life.
I can undo these one-handed,
Fabulous.
sort of. And in terms of fabric, so there's the pocket at the back, there's the gusset, and then there's your fancy bit. And then... Oh, yeah, no, I went all out. Look, I did this in Olive Cave shot cottons and everything.
Fabulous.
I love this bag.
It's a nice roomy bag as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
actually?
yeah. I think it's got a programming for the last place I visited with it. And this was the other thing. Oh, I'll get to that in a minute. I've got lots of other things today, Jane. You'll hear me say that will be the main thing you'll hear me say.
You're like Columbo, aren't you? Just one more thing, Chair.
Oh, I am. And do you know what? I have been known in my past to smoke the occasional cigar on a ridiculous drunken night.
Amazing.
Freddie said to me last night, because
Doesn't
Freddie...
surprise me whatsoever. I'm not at all shocked or surprised by that statement.
Freddie came with us to see Guns N' Roses last night. because we ended up with a spare ticket. And he just throwaway comment, well, I'll come, Mummy. I was like, well, actually you could. Because they're sort of given up teaching them now. They're not doing SATs. They've done their SATs.
Yeah.
And they're just playing for time.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, okay, come on then. So, and there were people smoking after we came out. And he's like, disgusting habit, Mummy. Have you ever smoked? I'm like,
No.
Very badly, and I looked an idiot. And only a couple of times. But there you go. And he looked so shocked. It was like that moment where I told Emily that that these were hands and not wands. And she burst into tears because she said, Mummy, I thought you were magic. I'm a mean parent. However, on another note, we've got this. This is a 24-inch piece of Leesa's fans. We're a fan of the fans, aren't we?
We love this fabric.
And I've got a few of these left.
Dragonflies on
It's
it.
got look at the dragonflies.
Beautiful.
It is, and the fans have all got different things in. But to go with it, there's also a 12-inch width of fabric strip of the wicker.
It's pretty.
She's not reprinting this. Now, if you want us to pick you out a blue to go with it, we generally go for slate, don't we, with this?
Yeah, or I think Copen's quite a good one with it.
Yeah. And I would definitely go for cream.
Yes, because it's more of a yellowy tone.
Yeah. But this is your starting point. I have no more of this. There will be no more of this, Jane. There cannot be. Could I ask you to fold it, please? Because I can't fold with one hand. I know. I have got some of Jane's, Leesa's Bag Basic Designs. This is a fabulous little book. And it folds out flat, which makes me very happy. It shows you lots of different techniques. She claims there are only, 6 ways to make a bag? We've made that. We've made that one. We've made that one. We've made lots of these. I've made that one. We're about to make one that looks very similar to that one. This is your wraparound sides, Jane. Yeah. Oh, no, here we go. This is technique 5, the curved base. That's what we're doing today, Jane. But there it is. Go, go, girl bag. We've done that one. I did that one in William Morris.
Gorgeous.
So it shows you all the different techniques to make bags. I've got a handful of these left. And when they're gone, they're gone. Yeah. I've got one with a 1/2 metre of fans.
Gorgeous.
That was always on a discount as well. I don't know why that one got overlooked. I don't know if it's the dark. Is it dark red? It's one of the fans. Anyway, we're a fan of the fans. So that is that. We've got lots and lots to show you this morning, haven't we? These were your last chance fabrics there. I've got one more Hampton stripe. I've got some panels, Jane.
Oh, the project panel.
Ah, the project panels are ace. And do you know what they would go with? Jane, do you know what they would go with? Well, a lot of the bags. I've got a bundle of bags as well. So these are just $9.99. I'm going to give you all 3. The go-go bag. We've got the go-go bag by itself. If you'd rather have the go-go bag by itself, that's fine. But if you'd like for $9.99 to have all 3, we've made the French apron one as well.
Yes, it came out really nicely.
Really nice. I think that might be on top of the shelves in the warehouse. That's what I walked in to get. Forgot my name and walked back out again. You know where you do the order amends in the morning? Yeah. On the right-hand side at the top? I might have made that up. No. There's certainly something up there. And then this is your Chinatown tote. Now. I bought in this bag to show you because, again, this is Cave. But it's also the Chinatown tote. But in Cave. So don't feel like you have to have Leesa in order to do this. You could do this with any of today's bundles. So you could have Liberty through the middle, and then you could have your denim top and bottom, and then you could have your contrast third fabric in the middle. Okay. So please don't feel like you always have to. Was I right?
Yeah, you were right.
Was I?
You were.
Good grief, Jane. What's the odds of that? There you go. That's the apron bag. It's nice. It's got like pockety bits there. We like it. We like it a lot. Did I make this one? It's got pockets inside as well. It's just like a pocket.
It's nice to have pockets in your bag though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's why we did the whole thing on how to add in a zip, didn't we? So you could have a zip pocket. Now, we've got a few little fat quarters of Leesa going on here. Oh, now you see now, if you are buying any of Leesa's fabrics, can you please make sure that you get the floral and you get this one? Because this is the same colourway. This is the stripe. I made a beautiful... In fact, I think you sewed in the frame for it, didn't you? It was the very first framed bag that we made.
Yeah.
It's hanging up in the utility just out there. This we did as a bag, and it was lovely. But look how beautifully they go together. They're from the same collection. They're from the same colourway.
Nice.
They are, aren't they? These are the last ones that we've got of them.
I love that stripe. It's really versatile.
No, this is a stunning one to have in your stash. This is a small floral. Well, so I'm just going to take this out, Jane, and we'll just go through it. We have got the Coneflower. We've got this one, and we've got it in. These will be tagged. If you go to natashamakes.com, Textile Tuesday, shop all, they'll be there. Because I've got various colours of that. Look, there's another ½ metre there. These all came off a show. I found a whole box. I was like, this is basically one of everything. Ah, this Melba tile.
That was a popular one with the black background. It's
This is such a popular one because Leesa designs quilts. So not only is she just a designer, because she designs quilts as well, she does things like make sure that here to here is 12.5, so you've got to finish 12-inch block.
yeah.
She, the proportions of how she makes her fabrics are absolutely spot on. Oh, there we go, this way. Oh, look, this one goes really beautifully with that one. You've got the same pinks in there. But guys, there's one of each of these. That's it. Oh, I love this gold one. This is your gold gunflower. Spot the person who had a late night last night who now has no words at all. But have a rummage through Leesa's patterns because, my goodness, there are a lot of them. And little things like this. Maybe you want to make an evening robe.
How lovely.
Doesn't have to be in Leesa's fabrics, but you get all the patterns and everything in there.
That lovely lawn?
Oh, yes.
Paisleys in there spotted.
Yeah, we have. So it could be as a drapey sort of caftany beach cover-up affair.
Look at these. Lovely. This lovely pink and orange for the beach in a caftany kimono style robe.
That wouldn't be wrong, would it, Jane? These are on tomorrow's show, by the way.
They're gorgeous.
Oh, look, I've got one in blue as well.
Oh, this pattern in blue?
Yeah, there.
Oh, fabulous.
Just down there.
That's gorgeous.
It's all going on, Jane. And then this one, I've only got a handful of these. This is the Belladonna, and it is English paper pieced. And inside you get all the English paper pieces that you could ever need in the world ever.
Brilliant.
Ever. So do take a look at all of those because they are on there. Now, we were going to take down the 10 fat quarters and a free pattern for £12.99, but there were only 3 left when Gemma went to take it down at midnight. So she just left them up. So if you want those, my goodness, it's been an epic packing job, hasn't it, Jane?
Yes.
Absolutely epic. We've had to bring in extra staff and all sorts to man it. Right, Jane, over to you. We're going to be using today our 60 centimetre rivet handles. I'm going to step to one side. I'm going to pop this here whilst Jane sets herself up and I move everything out of the way.
That's the bag we're making.
The go-go bag.
The go bag.
The go-go bag.
I've done a lot of pre-preparation because there's a lot of cutting out and making templates and things.
Yes.
Natasha's made the templates.
Oh, shall I talk you through the templates that I made?
Well, yeah.
You made another one, didn't you?
I made another one because I was just being lazy. You've got the templates, the paper templates here in the pattern.
You can trace them off, or you can just photocopy them again if you want.
They're two size,
yeah.
so you know you don't. That's another nice thing about Leesa's patterns. The templates are always 2 size. There's none of that, photocopy it 200% or anything like that.
No, they are true size. Now, what I did, because you've got various pockety bits, I did my template and then I chopped it and then I said, just pop a bit of washi tape on.
Yeah.
And Jane's obviously gone, no, give me a proper one. But, my thought was, now, Jane, some of these, there is not a seam allowance added.
There's not a seam allowance on any of it.
Do you know what? And we've got extra stock of these that I haven't loaded.
Those are really handy.
These are your friend. If you have not seen these before, you need a pencil or something. Whee, like that. And these give you different seam allowances. I've just got some more stock of this. So depending on how big you want your seam allowance to be, so like
1/4 of an inch for Leesa's pattern.
For example, but sometimes when people are bag making, Jane, they want it a little bit bigger.
Yes.
So this would be, say, where we're going to do our template. And this slide is so clever. The concept is so clever. Have I got it? Yeah. And it just adds.
That's really good, particularly when you've got like that, a curved edge.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to add 1/4 of an inch to a straight edge.
Oh, anyone can do that.
It's like really...
And so if you've got to add a seam allowance, like we say, to this, along the top, I will, Gemma, when we come off air, remind me to add the latest stocking of these. It just is so brilliant.
It makes life so much easier.
And you've got 4 different sizes of seam allowance there. All I'd say is draw one and just check that it is the size that you want.
Have they got the measurements on them? I think they have.
They have, yeah, but they're in millimetres. So if you're, rather than inches, because, the rest of the world works in millimetres. Right, Jane, over to you.
Right, okay.
As I've now made a mess and moved everything out of the way and drawn on stuff.
I've gone... I have pre-prepped a lot and added interfacings and added little notes for myself because...
when it's not your pattern...
Yes, you have to read. And I would recommend that you read this pattern through at least twice.
Okay.
And just get the basics because on the cutting instructions... There's some things that she doesn't give the instruction for until you're halfway through the pattern.
Okay, so you need to read through it.
Maybe make a note of the bits that you might need to cut beforehand. So you've got it all. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I like to have all my pieces cut before I start.
Yeah. Leesa has a cup of tea rule.
Yeah.
With her patterns. And it's the very first thing I think that she says on any of her patterns is generally grab a cup of tea. It's generally grab a cup of tea and read it through.
Yeah.
And it says here, template diagrams do not include seam allowances.
So we've added our...
Oh yeah, don't forget the cuppa rule. Sit down with the cuppa and the pattern from start to finish before you commence.
Yes.
Jane's written on it too, isn't it?
Yeah, because for the best will in the world, you quite often forget which bit's what.
Now, some people will want to, because this is Starville, we've backed this in Starville so that it's rigid.
Yeah, we want to, I made an assumption that we'd have a bag that's
Yeah.
itself.
No, absolutely right. And some people would not add in the seam allowance in the Starville, and it really doesn't matter if you have or you haven't. No. But I think that's why she's done the pattern without the seam allowance, is where I'm trying to get to.
She mentions in the instructions about adding on your backing and then redraw the template onto the panel with the batting so that you have a visible seam line. I think that's to help you as a guide as where to sew.
Because the other thing is, if you've got a machine, like we know our machine's going to go through all this, but if you have a machine that you're worried to go through 2 layers of Starville, you shouldn't be really, but I know that people do worry. Like Gemma didn't use Starville for so long because she thought it was going to be difficult, didn't realise it's just like sewing through a cloud.
Yes, it's so easy to sew through.
But that's why some people would maybe just avoid that.
So you're going to need a front and back bag panel. So that's your main one that you place on the fold of your fabric and cut it out, adding your seam allowance. So you're going to need 2 of those. And you're going to need it in your lining fabric as well. I've chosen to line the bag in the Liberty.
Nice.
So you've got your front and your back, which I've done in denim, red on the front, denim on the back. 2 pieces of lining, again, cut on the fold in the beautiful Liberty. Then you're going to need your pocket panel. You're going to need your base. You're going to need one in your outer fabric. I chose to use the denim because it's hard wearing, and if you're going to be putting it down a lot, you can always add bag feet, can't you, if you need to?
Yes.
And one in your lining. You've got your flap that goes over the back. It actually attaches to the back of the bag because you've got your pockets on the front. So the flap is joined onto the front panel and then attaches over onto the back. Lisa's put a note in on the needs list on the pattern about a magnetic clasp, but doesn't actually mention
It's optional.
when to put it in. So
we'll put it in.
We're going to put it in before we join because you've got 2 pieces for your bag flap. Now Leesa suggests on hers that you cut the pieces, then draw around that, stitch on the line, and then pinking shear around that before turning it through.
It's how we do Tilda toys, isn't it?
Yeah,
It makes a lot of sense.
That's why that's like that. And then you've got your pocket pieces. So you've got your bottom pocket, which isn't a pocket. We'll come to that in a minute. And then your main pocket. And you need 4. And again, you've got to place this on the fold. And you need 4 pieces. Now, I did 3 in Liberty and 1 in the red because I thought because you're going to have a pocket inside the bag. So I thought for my pocket inside the bag, I'd do the outer in red with a Liberty lining so that when you pull the pocket apart, it's all Liberty. And then the Liberty for the front. And then the denim, which is the front panel. But it's actually a panel that adheres to the pocket panel.
Right, now this had us scratching our heads a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because we just assumed it was a pocket, and we're like, why is that? But it's actually just giving a bit of extra oomph to that bottom of the bag.
And it gives a sort of contrast. So
yeah.
What Lisa's done is she's put, we've used Bonder web, so any sort of like paperback
Bonder web,
adhesive.
steamer seam, anything like that.
Now, Lisa's cut the piece out and then cut the piece of Bonder web and then adhered it. Now, if I was doing this, I would put a piece of Bonder web onto the back of my fabric I'm going to use for my front pocket overlay and then cut it out.
It's less messy.
Because for the best will in the world, you're going to end up with it on your iron, even if you're not careful. I used the Teflon pressing sheet, obviously, but then had to pick all the Bonder web off the Teflon pressing
Which is
sheet.
quite satisfying.
It is
unless
actually.
You have a time limit,
Yes.
which we did this morning.
So let's get it made. I have bonded the front panel and the back panel onto the Styleville fix, and then I have put the front pocket onto H640 and the lining piece. So you've got your front and your lining, and I've interfaced that all according to Lisa's instructions.
I think that you could get away with one or the other.
Yeah.
And that's but she does like
to
to
have a firm pocket. So we're going to attach this piece, the overlay, to our front pocket piece.
Okay. Now there's a bindingy bit, Jane. When does that happen?
Well, this goes on after you've done this. So you're
Does
just
it?
basically sticking this to there.
Would you like me to press it, Jane?
Yes, if you
Is
would.
it a pressing situation?
Pressing assistant.
I can do something useful.
Can you do it with one hand? Are you all right?
Yeah. Are you happy with it there?
Yeah.
I feel like they're getting a warts and all tour of our studio today, Jane.
You can get everything.
So here's all my bits and bobs down here. The floor that needs a good hoover, but the cleaner's too scared to come in here.
Yeah, because we're like, don't move anything.
And
Little decorator.
Okay.
Okay. So we have made a binding strip. Now I have cut this on the bias as per Lisa's instructions. So on my fabric, just place my ruler at the 45-degree angle along the bottom. So you've got your 45-degree line on your ruler. So if you place that along the bottom of your fabric and then cut along, and then you can cut the width of strip that you need. I've pressed it in towards the middle. So just, it's an inch piece, and then we've pressed it in. And we're going to sew that on to this edge, covering up basically that. But I think...
Do you know what I got out the other day, Jane?
We'll put a bit of
Wonderweb?
your 1/4 inch tape on it
Oh,
to hold
yeah.
it while we sew it.
So the other thing that I bought out the other day was Wonderweb, because Freddie's outgrown all of his school trousers and doesn't have any shorts.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I was like, well, that's fine. I'll just chop the end off his... Because it still fits him around the waist, because they have those magic elastic waists, don't they, with buttons? So it still fits him around the waist, but they're ankle swingers, and he always wears the worst socks. When I say the worst socks, obviously the ones that I've bought him. It's a two-handed job here, Jane. Oh, hark at Minnie. She's not happy about something, is she?
I think somebody's come to the yard, haven't they?
She's in season and very cross about it.
We know how she feels.
And everybody else. And Reuben is doing nothing but love her.
I can imagine.
He was licking her face after he'd just had his raw meat. So she's going to have another bath tonight, because she now smells all meaty, which is not the most attractive. Would we be better off putting the tape on there?
Probably, but we've done it now, haven't we? We've got
Done
this
a bit
far.
of it.
We've got this far.
Whilst you do that, and we will listen to Minnie. Helen's in a hospital bed. I don't know why, but big hugs to you.
Sending healing wishes, Helen, if it's something that...
Chris says, this looks a different setup. Yeah.
One
Not our
that we're
choice.
probably not going to carry on with.
No. Jan says, it's back to front. This is fun. Oh, I don't know how to unmirror stuff. Cynthia just says, greetings. You're making it work. It's great. You're making it work. Ginny loves tomorrow's fabrics. Martin says, make it with cork. Oh, you could cork base it for sure. Be lovely.
Beautiful with the cork.
Joy just loves our fabrics. Sharon loves the red and yellow fabrics.
Oh, can you imagine your new Portuguese corks, though?
Yes,
in the
I
main
can.
Body?
Yes, I can. And actually, some of them you do get enough sizable chunks. Well, I did in mine. I can't wait for your lot to arrive so that I can have a little butchers of what you've got. Anne said, I bought Lisa's traveller bag last year. She hasn't actually got around to making it, but she has made loads of my bags. That's all right. No one's judging.
Yeah, there's no...
Julie says they are gorgeous and feel fabulous. Martin's loving the fabulous bags. Ginny is watching while sewing 400 bunting onto cotton webbing. It's for her son's wedding. You wouldn't do it for anybody else, that's for sure.
No.
I had to, at speed. Oh, I have a bit of a bunting hack.
Oh, yeah.
And that is use our woven chambrays.
Oh,
because then you
and
can
the
just pinking
double-sided.
shear them, and you don't have to do the whole double-sided one. We've had ours out outside in the backyard now, looking beautiful since May, the beginning of May, for Josh's birthday. Oh, that makes it easier, doesn't it, Jane? Look at that.
Certainly does.
And then do you just have to stitch it down both sides?
Yes.
Oh.
There we go. And we'll just do that. I'll take it to the machine. I've put the walking foot on the machine just because we've got so many layers.
Was it, or was it because for once I actually knew where it was? You weren't expecting, when you said, have you got the walking foot, you weren't expecting me to say yes, were you, Jane?
I did wonder, because last time we couldn't find it, could we?
I found it, and then I put it somewhere really safe so that I would not lose it again.
So I'm just going to sew this just inside...
Oh, and if you spin the
the
foot
foot
round.
round.
Yeah.
Just inside the...
Julia says, wow, what a great night that would have been. It was an epic night. Do you know what? I suddenly realised as I sat there, it's almost 2 years to the day since Josh first took me to see Guns N' Roses at Hyde Park. And it was one of we hadn't been dating very long at all. So then 2 years on, to be there with him and Freddie was really special.
Yeah.
Freddie loves his bands. For an 11-year-old, he knows so many bands.
So we've gone down one side. Now, you may be tempted to go up the other way. I wouldn't if I were you, purely because the fabric will move, because what happens is you've stitched it down one way and then you're stitching it up. So what will happen with your fabric is it'll do that. You'll get wrinkles in it. So a little tip from me is stitch it the same way.
Fiona says, hello everyone, I'm here, but not here as working.
We won't tell.
Oh, Julia had a stash rummage last week and found a pack with Lisa's fabrics and a pattern for the traveller bag. What a happy
Ooh,
find.
nice find. Well, isn't it lovely when you find something you're like, ooh.
Yeah. Cynthia needs that seam allowance gizmo tool. Donna's here. Oh, Karen says that she's made it twice. I think this is the traveller one. And it's certainly a project that takes organisation and patience. Lisa does really detailed bags, doesn't she? She does them with 8 million pockets and everything else, which are fabulous, but that we don't have time to demonstrate start to finish always in a show, which is why Jane's come on board today to help me with this one.
So you've then got your pocket lining. So put that wrong sides together, like so.
Are we biasing over the top?
And then you've got a piece of binding that goes across the top.
Oh, this is fabulous.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it. There's all different ways of attaching binding. I could have folded it over and folded it that way, but because it's denim and it's quite thick, I'm going to do single fold binding. So I'm going to attach it along the edge here, and then I'm going to bring it forward and sew it down.
Okay.
I personally think that's the easiest way of doing it with the denim, to keep it not too bulky.
Wendy says the moving camera takes a bit of getting used to. It's the only way that we could bring you a show today, Wendy. It's not our preferred option, believe you me.
No, we'll try and keep it as steady as we can.
Apologies, but this was the only way.
It's this or nothing, as they say.
Yeah.
Like your mum used to say when you got tea. It's this or nothing.
Chris says, I suppose we could just place some lace or trim across it rather than bias binding. We've got that lovely crochet edge bias binding, and you wouldn't even have to make that, would you? You could just pop it on.
No, you could just fold that over the edge and just pop it on.
Chris is going to do this one in the red. You've inspired her, Jane.
Saw Chris shared a photograph of me with the lighthouse. She finished her lighthouse block.
Oh, brilliant. Well done. Jane's new quilt is a sewer row. Not a block of the month. It's a sewer row quilt.
It is
sort of.
It's sort of a block of the month, because you do make one block each month, but some of them you're going to make more than one to make it into a row.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
So for those of you that haven't joined us that think that you might want to, we started yesterday. It's all filmed and it will be added when we're not having fun with everything here going wrong. We will be adding that in.
There's a show on the West End, isn't there, called The Show That Went Wrong?
Is it based on ours?
The Show That Went Wrong show.
When I worked for the Royal Shakespeare
And
Company,
they have a different actor in each time.
Oh, do they?
And it's quite a lot of it is improv. So
when
the audience don't know who they're going to get.
Oh, amazing. When I worked for the Royal Shakespeare Company, the audience loved the shows that went wrong. And we had, oh my goodness, was it The Tempest, where Tom Mannion, one of them, in a very, very early on scene, Tom Mannion, the sword fight went wrong.
Oh, no.
And Tom Mannion ended up with half his finger. Yeah, so we had to get him to A&E at Warwick very quickly. We had to stop the show. We had to rejig all the cast around. Understudies had to step in straight away. I had to get Caliban out from underneath the Swan stage. He was covered in body paint. And that season, I mean, I don't think they'd let you do it now, but that season, I had to shower off, as a dresser, I had to shower off the actor that was Caliban, whoever was playing Caliban, to get all the face paint off.
Trimming some of this back, just I think I was a little bit over generous with my seam allowance. I'm not quite used to the walking foot, so I'm just trimming some of that back so that when I bring the binding over, it sits nice and flat.
So yeah, for a show that went wrong, but that was always the ones that the audience
would
liked
remember.
the most.
Yeah,
They really, really loved it when something went wrong. And kudos to the actors that had to step out of their parts and hopefully remember all their lines from their understudy part.
my mum went to see Singing in the Rain, and the lead actress was taken poorly, and so the understudy came in.
Yeah.
It was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Was it really?
Yeah, she was the understudy.
Wow.
She said she was amazing. I think
She's
people
beautiful.
forget that
she still looks beautiful, doesn't she?
I think people forget that she can sing and dance.
Did she do Phantom of the Opera?
I don't know.
I kind of feel like she did.
She did cabaret, didn't she?
Anne's not a fan of the middle picture format, and it's needs must. She said, but if it's the only option, it's very much appreciated.
Yeah. It's not how we would like to have done it either, Anne, to be honest.
Jane would like to be processing all your orders right now, not faffing about sewing a bag. Jan thinks we're both doing brill. Thanks, Jan.
Thanks, Jan.
I want to say that you've been on your hollybobs, Jan. Did I make that up? I want to say you've been to France. I want to say she's been to France. She probably hasn't, but I hope you had a nice time anyway. Chris says she's loving the row by row. Such an idea, a different idea for a block of the month. That's our Jane. She's fabulous.
Try and come up with something a little bit different each time, just to make you want to do it, really, because it's something different.
Well, that's just it. Ginny says my son and his future wife bought the fabric. Oh, so not bunting friendly.
Oh.
I've had to cut squares, fold, sew, turn, and fold.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
It'll look fabulous on the day, and everybody will say, oh, the bunting's lovely, where did you get it? And you can go, I made it myself.
Do you know what? Bunting is something that you keep.
It is, yeah. You use
And
it
you
again
bring
and
out-
again.
Yeah. If you can remember where you put it. If not, then on the morning of Josh's birthday, you end up getting all of your fabric out and making fresh new bunting very quickly. In fact, Emily helped me make that bunting out there, Jane.
Right, let's
She
get
did all
these
the cutting with the
instructions.
pinking shears.
Wow.
Good girl. Good girl, that Em.
Right.
This is
Gilded
looking fab.
raw edges, we've done that. Tack the front pocket wrong sides together with a pocket lining and tack all around all sides. We've done that.
Oh, so you can, if you want, just tack all the way round
Yeah.
to hold everything together. But I don't think we need to, do we?
Yeah. Well, what Lisa's done is she's sewn that top pocket on and then turned it through and then put the binding on.
Oh, crikey.
It's a step too far for me, sorry.
So's Lisa. But this is it. So this was billed as our take on it, Jane.
Yes.
So that's fine.
Take the 2 bag flat pieces. Right, we've done that. Okay. So we need to do the bag piece now. Now then, we need to put our...
Do you want me to go and get a magnet?
I bought one.
Did you?
Okay. Yes, over
there
there.
it is.
I picked one of the 14mm silver ones. I don't think that is a 14mm one.
Gemma, we have got a lot of magnetic clasps. I don't know if they are all loaded, but they should... Well, so this morning, Jane, I always put aside time to add any little bits and bobs like this into the show.
Yes.
However, it was spent instead redesigning the set.
Yes.
So
Now, what would you think? About an inch? No.
So I
half
would,
an inch up from
I
the
would
bottom?
do it so that it's going to sit there because you want to. Bear in mind, you've got to sew. Oh, you're sewing on the line,
sewing
aren't
on
you?
the line.
You've just got to have enough space that your walking foot can sew around there and not hit it.
Yeah.
Now, the way that I do it, I put that on,
Yeah.
and then I mark it.
Should we
and
just
then-
find the middle of the... Yeah. We'll find the middle of the flap, which is approximately there on the... Just folded that piece. This is cut to the measurements that Lisa's given in the pattern. So folded that in half. It's interfaced. That's approximately the middle. So if we put the washer on, think about there.
Yeah.
We'll mark those 2 lines. Oops. And I'm going to mark around it just because I'm a bit... There we go.
Should I show you how I do this?
Yeah.
Is it just that one layer?
Yeah.
Now, you can put, if you think you're going to be heavy-handed, put a pin there to stop it. But I use a seam ripper.
Yes.
And I just do that. And that is all I do. Because
all
then,
you need.
yeah.
Just pop that through like that so that the prongs come through. And put your washer on.
Do you spread them out or spread them in?
I would probably spread them out. How
Yeah, I do too.
you do the same?
I spread them out as well because I think it just gives a wider surface area. But again, that's just
fixed on.
something to consider with your placement so that when those prongs are splayed,
yeah, you still have got
you can still sew around.
So we're now going to place that right sides together with the other piece, which is also interfaced. They're both interfaced.
Like a bit of interfacing.
Gives it nice.
Yeah. It's a very posh professional feel.
Yeah. Gives it a bit of, and then we're going to sew on the line. You might want to take the stitch down a little bit smaller. I don't think it really has much effect in this case because I think I'm going to top stitch around it as well once I've turned it through just to give it a nice finish.
Okay.
It's something that Leesa says you might want to do and I think it would look nice, particularly with the red thread.
Yeah. Chris says she's got a great picture. It fills the screen. You can see everything so closely. And Nikki says that she's excited to start her sew row. And Sharon says you're making and doing the best you can in a difficult situation. It's very much appreciated by us.
Have
Thank
we
you.
got your pink and shears in here?
Yes.
Yes. Can I borrow them?
Yes, Jane. Oh, hang on. I did have Jane. Where are they?
Are the black handled ones pink?
Oh, they're up there.
Okay.
Oh, there.
I didn't see them this morning.
And Ginny says, thank you, ladies, for keeping me sane and making me laugh.
Now,
That's all
Leesa
okay.
says to do a scant seam allowance.
Which means skinny.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Not quite on the line, but quite close. Pink and shears are just...
Brilliant.
They just stop... They give you a nice flat finish. Now, if you haven't got pink and shears, you'll need to snip into the...
Life is too short for that, Jane. We have them on special offer.
Oh, yes,
Just
of
get
course.
some. They will last you a lifetime. They've got a bolt that you can unscrew and get them professionally sharpened
They're for
when you
scars
need
as
to.
well, which
Yeah.
is good. So we're going to turn this through.
Oh, am I going to be on pressing duty again?
Yes, please.
Wendy says she did a block of the week during COVID with different designers hosted on Facebook with Moda.
Oh, lovely.
She said, I made it quilt as you go and I'm still joining the 64 blocks to make
Oh,
Queen Bread quilt.
God.
Still putting it together. That's a labour of love.
That's
Fiona
brilliant.
loves the fabric combination that we've chosen. Could be yours.
So I'm just pushing that through. We've got lovely pokey tools that you can use as well to just make sure that it's nice and flat. And then we'll just give it a press.
Oh, my pokey tools. I'm trying to look for my pokey tools.
Just be taking care. There we go. And I'm going to top stitch that. Now I have got a different colour thread in my bobbin, so I'm going to top stitch on this side because I want the red to show.
Yeah, delicious.
On there. So just, I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch in.
Yeah.
Close as you
That's
feel
what
comfortable.
I do, Jane. That's always what I do. 1/8 of an inch. Fab. Oh, Helen's having a partial knee replacement.
Ooh.
I kind of feel like you've had a bit of one of those before.
We having
Did
the
I
other
make
knee,
that up?
other knee done?
I don't know.
Or is it one done and then the other?
My grandma, not my grandma, my granny, after she had her needs done, went off climbing mountains in New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, Helen, if you're not here for a little bit, we'll just imagine that you are climbing mountains in New Zealand. Because I think that's why she goes to the
I don't know.
gym.
I could climb mountains in New Zealand without a new knee.
Give it a go.
I'd love it. I'd love to go to New Zealand. There we go. So that's top stitch.
Perfect.
Right.
Well done here.
So now this bit will be putting into the back. We'll come to that in a moment.
Yeah, we've got to remember to do that, haven't we?
Yes. So now we take the bag flap, which we've done, and we done that bit. Sew onto the drawn line, done that bit, turn right through and press. Lay the complete front pocket over the front panel, tack the 3 raw edges together, position and tack the bag flap to the centre of the front. Now I've marked the centre, I'd already done that, and again we can just fold this in half and find this. Now we want it so that the clasp goes to the back of the bag, so we're going to place that on with that clasp facing upwards. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And we're just going to, you can lengthen your stitch on your machine to tack it down, and we'll do the same with the sides. I'll just pin this in place and then we'll tack those.
Now, Cynthia, do you want some clips, Jane?
It probably would be better with clips, wouldn't it?
Yeah, with these, there you go. I tend to bend mine every time I try and put them through Starville. Cynthia says she's had her pinking shears for well over 20 years. If you look after them, you can. When my grandma died, I inherited her pinking shears, and I love them. I mean, they are blunt as a... but I've got quite a rude expression for that, which you can't say on air. That has to do with badgers.
Yes.
I was thinking, now what's rude about a badger? Anyway,
you use your imagination.
Yeah, and it begins with a B. And they're blunt as badgers. So, anyway, we digress. What were we talking about, Jane? Oh, pinking shears, yes. But they have fabric that she's wrapped and sewn around the handles for when her hands went all arthritic-y.
Oh.
And she still wanted to sew, because she was a seamstress.
Yes.
And so I love them. And one day I might get them professionally sharpened.
Oh, come and threaded.
There's always someone that can remind me where it is to, you have to send them to get them sharpened, but you can. We know you can, Jane. Do you want... I was going to say, do you want me to show you how to use a needle threader on this?
I do know how to use it, but it never seems to work for me.
Does it not love you, Jane?
It doesn't love me.
That's sad, because we love you.
This machine. I love this machine, but the threader doesn't like me much. There we go. Right. What you put
As we were.
Threaded. Just going to sew it just inside the seam allowance, really, just to hold the layers. And this is probably the best reason for having a walking foot on your machine, because you now got like 2 layers of Starville fix and 3 layers, when you get down here, 3 layers of denim, of fabric, one of which is a denim. So that's like 5 layers of fabric.
Yeah. But when it's all tacked together, it will be as one.
Yeah.
Anne says, these are gorgeous bags, but the fun, Jane, is having kind of demonstrates why I've done loads of Tasha's bags. And I haven't got around to making Lisa's yet. Do you know what? Everyone has their own unique style, don't they? And mine is quick and easy, because that's what I like to make, and that's what I have time for as a busy working mum.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is,
you can always make them more complicated.
You can start, can't you, learning the basics with your bags.
Yeah.
And then you can move on to bags like these ones, which just give you a bit more... I'm not going to say a more professional finish, because your bags look professional as well. So
I learned so much about constructing bags from making Lisa's.
Yes.
This was one of the ways in which I learned how to make bags, and things that I liked about it, things that I thought, actually, do we need that?
Bag, yeah.
Yeah.
And you find this a lot when you make something. You'll make it the first time following the pattern to the letter. And as you're making it, you think, well, actually, I could have done X, Y, and Z without having to do that.
And it just comes down.
Make notes on your pattern all the time. I make notes on
to how your brain works. That's all it is. Everybody's brains.
Look, that's not lined up, so I'm just going to trim that back. Yeah. So that when we come to put the 2 pieces together, it will be lined up. You'll take more time over yours and make sure it is all. So that's your front piece. Now then, we've got to do the base. Now I've attached Again, Starville Fix, I've ironed it onto the adhesive side. Apply the batting to the wrong side of the nut, draw the base template around, fold the base in half and mark the centre on each side.
Tick.
Take the 2 lining panels, apply lightweight interfacing to the wrong side of each piece, take the 2 internal pocket pieces, apply lightweight. I've done
We
it
don't
on
need
one.
it. We don't need it.
I've done it on one piece of the pocket lining because I don't really want it too rigid.
No.
And can you see what's happened when I've ironed the interfacing onto the fabric?
Oh, it shrunk a bit.
No, it's pressed it.
Stretched it a bit.
Yeah. So
Okay.
just going to line those up. I'm just going to trim that bit off. It could be my cutting out as well. I'm not going to completely blame the ironing.
Oh God, Jane. We'll let you.
You can just reshape it. It's the pocket for the lining, so it doesn't really matter if it's not exactly the same as the front. Right, so position the pocket. Right, what we're going to do, take the 2 internal pieces, apply lightweight, stitch along the long curved edge, trim the seam allowance with a pinking shears, turn right sides out and press down well.
So we've just got to sew along that top edge, turn it through,
yeah.
pink, press. The 2 P's, Jane. Pink and press. Is it like Pinky in the Brain? Planning to take over the world. Oh, Nikki's working, Syl's working. Who else is working? Fiona working. I love you, secret workers. It's just brilliant. We should have a secret workers club.
I love it that they're watching the show submersively while they're working.
Yeah. It's all good.
Okay, so I've sewn on that. I'm going to give that a pink.
Give it a pink. Oh, Lowe's joined us. We are her distraction for the day. Oh, Claire's got to go. She's got a physio appointment. She'll catch up later. You're doing a marvellous job, she says, both of you. We're going to have to find a way to put this onto YouTube because otherwise Facebook will take it down. And if you don't make your go-go bag in the next month, then it'll take it down.
Right, so we're going to turn this through.
Give it a press.
And give it a press.
I'm going to hand you the iron for Jane for this and step away.
We can just turn that.
Can we share your ironing story the other day?
Oh, the iron, yeah.
So, Jane you have an
Elusive.
iron, you know, the ones that lift up. And I love them, and I nearly bought one until I had Sarah Payne on a show with me. And she was so used to the lifting thing that she kept leaving the iron down, and I thought that's really dangerous. I would do the same.
Yes.
So I never bought one. However, Jane did. And then when you come to work...
mine as a birthday present for my mummy.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. And they are really good irons. And
They're
if you
lovely.
only use that iron, then you are good as gold. However, if you ever use another one, what happens? Well, look, this is all my essential bits that I might need at any point that you don't see. It's all my stuff.
Station.
It's awful, isn't it? Look at the mess. You don't see
I'm
that
going to
bit.
have this pocket facing into the bag. So I've just
Oh, nice.
done a little bit of the lining of the pocket, just showing. And I'm going to top stitch
Beautiful.
just underneath that.
Whilst you do that, Jane, tell us about the iron.
So I have an ironing board in the work area that I do my prep in. And I have done it before. I've left the iron down. But usually I'm standing right next to the ironing board and I go and lift it up. Because I'm so used to my Elusive that I just let it lift up by itself. Anyway, as is wont in the mornings when I'm prepping for a show, I got distracted by something and I came back to the ironing board and I thought, I could smell singeing. Oh my God, I've left the iron down. Lifted the iron up and there was a beautiful brown iron mark on Natasha's ironing board.
Now, bear in mind that I have on air as a presenter, singed somebody's beautiful white cotton in their Liberty thing that they were making live on air. This really doesn't bother me at all. I'm just glad that Jane didn't burn us all down. That I'm grateful for.
Yes,
But a
and I was
singe
very grateful
on my
for that.
ironing board, I can cope with. I didn't even notice. Jane,
I
however,
was
goes home racked with
mortified.
guilt.
Well, I ordered it while I was in the studio. I went onto Amazon and ordered a replacement ironing cover.
But doesn't tell me.
straight away.
So then the next
Then
day,
did my show.
Yeah.
Completely went out of my head. Forgot all about it, really. And then had a notification just as Natasha was like, I think you just received it, hadn't you? And you were like,
no, it'd come the next day. It'd come early.
yes.
And I'm busily going through all. I'm like, what's this? And I've gone through all of my Amazon purchase history to discover when I've been tired and accidentally ordered a new ironing board cover, to which I then get a message from Jane at like 11 o'clock at night going, oh, by the way, I might have singed the ironing board. I'm really sorry.
I've replaced the cover.
I thought I was going mad. So not only was I grateful for a new ironing board, which I didn't need, but I was also very grateful that I wasn't going mad.
So we're going to tack this now.
Yeah. This is the lining. So this is going onto the lining.
So this is the lining piece. I put my pocket on. I could have put it that way and had a nice spread inside.
I know, I like what you've done.
I could have made it all with the Liberty. You've got plenty of fabric in your kit, so you can decide what you
Jan
want to
says,
do.
was it the shape of a rabbit?
No.
No,
It was a
we
nice
save shapes of rabbits for when I spill stuff all over mats. Yeah, Chris said exactly that, Chris. That's so you to worry about it.
Well,
Wendy says mess is normal, nothing to be ashamed of. I come from a family where my dad is fastidiously tidy.
yes.
And as is my mum. Like, I go round there, I put my bag on the floor and I feel like I've made a mess. And I realise now that it's not their fault and it's not my fault. It's just the way that my brain is wired because of being creative. I know where everything is, tidy up, and I don't know where anything is.
We lose it straight away when we tidy up, don't we?
But for years, I've just believed that I'm just a really messy mucky pup. And learning about... Gemma's been telling me for years that I'm ADHD. She's like, you're ADHD, you're ADHD. And she sent me something the other day about women who are ADHD. And I tick every single box. Down to having 3 drinks on the go, numerous notepads that are partly written in, but I need a new one for every project. Yeah. Down to the rooms that are just set aside for mess. The various different DIY projects that I've started and not finished, the different paint colours on the wall where I've tried out different paint colours but not actually got around to painting. Like, it just, the list went on.
Yes.
And I felt so seen. And at that point I went, I'm not alone.
No.
And this is all fine.
Now, she says you can sew down the middle of this if you want to, if you wanted to have 2 pockets.
Oh, nice, yes.
Nice centre seam. Right, construction. Fold each of your outer bag panels in half lengthways to find the middle of the bottom, short end, and mark it.
This is the Go-Go bag, by the way. Megan was asking, someone was asking, which bag is it? But we've got this. You can either buy this one by itself, or we've got it in a bundle with, what were the other ones? The apron bag, again, which we've demoed, so there'll be a YouTube video on that, and the Oriental bag. So 3 bag patterns for $9.99. Winner, chicken dinner. And then you've got them. You can do them at your leisure.
Yeah.
Jane, I'm loving this. Megan says, I've got this bag in my stash to do. It's gorgeous fabric. Also, I ordered a £500 tent in my sleep.
Oh my God.
Oops. How did you do that in your sleep? I don't know, but tell me, because I'm going to use that as an excuse next time I order something ridiculous late at night.
Fold each of your outer bags in half lengthways to find the middle of the bottom, short edge, and mark. Remember to use your walking foot as at this stage for construction. Line up the middle marks on the outer base and the bag panel. Sew with a 1/4 inch seam from the centre out to the side, using the mark seam guide as a guide.
Oh, that's why you've drawn the seam, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's my base? There it is.
Wendy says, if we didn't have ADHD personalities, the world would lack a lot of creativity. It would. And Lo says that people hate her because when she writes in a notebook, she opens it at any old page and doesn't write in order. I mean, that set Jane's teeth on edge. I can feel that already.
Yeah, you have to write in your bestest handwriting at the beginning, don't you?
I used to do laser fat removal for a living after I finished training for the Olympics because I had this incredible laser fat removing machine that I'd used to treat injuries with. And one of the side effects of it was that it perforated the fat cell, warmed the fat would seep out, and then you'd just exercise it off like you would, but you could pinpoint where you wanted that fat to be removed. And I had a lovely, lovely he wasn't a hostess, air host, what they called, air steward. And he used to come and he saw that I like to mow my lawn in straight lines. Everyone says to me, does Josh mow all the lawns? I'm like, no, I do the mowing because I like straight lines and I like it to look nice up and down, and that's my thing, and I do it, and I'm very happy to do it. I always have done. Always have done. Anyway, so this guy used to see my straight lines, and he bought me a notebook that had lovely straight lines, and then every now and then had a little whoops.
Oh my gosh.
And he thought it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
So we're going to sew from the middle along the outside edge, bringing this round, but we're going to stop.
Are you going to leave your seam?
Leave your seam allowance.
Perfect.
So you may want to just mark 1/4 inch seam allowance.
What you missed out on, Anne?
Just to...
The seam makers will come up. In fact, Gemma, if you add 5 of it, I know I've got at least 5 more seam markers. What have you missed out on, Anne? Let us help you. Oh, also, when Lo hoovers, no one is allowed to walk on the carpets for 20 minutes. I don't know why, but I'm just impressed that you hoover. We have a graveyard of hoovers, don't we, under the stairs here?
Yes.
Everybody breaks my hoovers. Oh, it's a clip.
I wondered why it was making a funny noise and caught up underneath. Just take it nice and slow and steady.
Wins the day, didn't it, Jane?
Ease it. Ease it together. You sort of... It's like sewing...
I'm going to come over your shoulder.
Straight lines.
There you go.
But just doing a few stitches at a time. So you're easing that back, that bottom piece.
So you always have a straight... Can you see if I've got the camera right in your face there, Jane? Sorry.
Just pushing that one underneath. So it's against the edge of the...
And it means that you'll always have a straight line to sew. It's like sewing any circle. It's just very short straight lines.
Now my mark is here, so I'm going to... I've got my finger really where that mark is, so I can... I've got a visualisation of where I'm going to stop. I stop about there. I'm just going to do a couple of back stitches just because I know I'm going to have to manoeuvre that when it comes to it. So I've done one side around, and then this is a tricky part because we're going to have to go that way to do the other side. We can do...
Move all your bits out of the way.
Because otherwise I'd have to turn it upside down.
Oh, no.
Which is going to...
Upside down. Oh, Megan lost the pegs for a tent and was checking online to see how big the tent was and how many to buy. So the page opened and she dozed off.
Oh dear.
Oh, luckily she was able to cancel the order in the morning. They had a laugh with her. I'm going to come around here.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep this as still. There you go. Anne's got her seam markers. We're all good.
That's lovely. Just bring that in a bit. I'm just going to sew a little bit beyond where I started, so that I've just sewn a double over that middle bit.
No, so that's why I'm not allowed to hoover. Also, I stack the dishwasher like a rabid squirrel stacking nuts. Not allowed to do that either. I've told you the story about my ex-husband's shirt, haven't I?
Yeah.
When we were newly together and he asked me to iron his favourite shirt. I don't know, I'm not ironing somebody else's stuff. That is not... I don't iron my own, yeah. And he never asked me to iron another shirt in the many, many years that we were together after that. Only takes one. It's like when kids misbehave and the first time you actually follow through on that threat of we're leaving if you don't behave. and you leave,
Yeah.
they never do it again.
No.
They never do it again.
Oh, that broken the needle.
Yeah. Should we put a new needle in?
Let's do that.
Should we do that thing? It was due one anyway, Jane. Do you want me to do it? There we go.
That's because I was pulling it as I was stitching.
So this is a very valid point. I tend to do this with this machine, Jane, for the simple reason that, we've got those little long magnetic pole things.
Yes.
That's when this would come in handy, wouldn't it? Because I could get in and pull that needle out. Yeah, I've got it. And there's my sharp box there. Because this machine, you can't lift. You have to manually lift this. A lot of them have got a function whereby as soon as you take your foot off the pedal, this will lift, and you can program that in. On this one, you can't, and so it's with this machine that I break the most needles, twisting with my needle down.
Yes.
Rather than having and the foot down, foot and needle down. So you're not alone, Jane. It's a thing, let me tell you. But nobody noticed a thing.
Thank you. Let's lift the foot up. Reposition that piece of fabric. You just got to be careful because you don't want to have any tucks in it. So it's...
Chris is going to make hers with H640.
Yes.
You absolutely.
I think probably might be better.
And you know what? Because this is denim, we might have got away with it. It's just a different look, isn't it? There's no right or wrong way.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, do you know what I took to the concert with me last night, Jane? One of my half-hour, half-metre bags.
Oh, fabulous.
It was much admired. Weirdly, by men.
It's a very versatile bag.
It really is. Josh's best friend said that he would quite like one for his shopping. And Josh always takes one for his shopping.
I think because it's in the wax, and we don't like to be gender specific, do we? But it does look quite masculine.
Well, I had a foresty greeny colour shirt on, so it worked.
Oh, nice. Right, so I'm just doing a few back stitches just to where that is, but I've left that seam allowance.
Yeah.
So, oops, sorry.
It's all right, we'll give an extreme close-up, Jane.
Comes there, but you can see that the seam allowance
Yeah.
is not sewn on. And then I think we've got to do the same on the other side.
Yes.
And sew the centre again on the other side.
Your other option here is to sew down both sides and then just put your base in. That is your other option here.
Which, I don't know, would it have been easier? I don't know whether it would.
Jury's out.
This is going to be fun with all this. You've
Yeah.
got lots of layers on this one, so you're going to have to go really slowly.
Julia's just impressed with Lo's ruse to get out of doing any housework.
It is clever.
It is clever. I tell you what, you only have to do something really badly once. I had a go at Josh for not doing enough washing up the other day. So then he did the washing up, but it was so greasy I had to wash it again afterwards anyway, because we'd had pizza and there was cheesy grease.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, but you see, you have to persevere.
I do.
Because otherwise, he's going to get away with not doing it, and then you'll end up doing it all, and you'll be really annoyed.
I know, but the trouble is, I'm a right fussy whatever about it. So it's my own fault.
Yeah, we have to train him.
Oh.
Or lower your standards.
No, yeah, just lower your standards. Make do. Laura said that she was asked for more men's makes at the craft fair at the weekend. Definitely some more wax fabric makes for the next one. I can tell you that Josh has loved the waxed wash bags that you would do. You know, with the corners.
Oh, yes.
He absolutely loves that. That's a really good men's make. Like I say, these wax shoppers. Actually, yeah, the normal wax shopper bag that we did as well. That's a good one. And what else? There was another one that I did the other day. Oh, Josh loves all the cork ones that we make. So Jane is just... I'm going to come round.
With all these layers. You have to bear in mind that I'm not a bag maker.
I know, I did throw this on you last minute as well.
I'm just going to go back. I have got a gap, but I'm hoping that when I put the seam allowance in, that gap will disappear. Either that or I've put the base on wonky, which could quite happily be what the case is.
Anne says that sounds like a good reason to get a dishwasher. I hate dishwashers. With an absolute passion, I hate dishwashers. I only use ours for the dog bowls.
Really?
Yeah, because I hate the taste of the chemicals on it afterwards.
Oh, right.
And I just think, why am I eating chemicals? I don't want to... And glasses as well.
Get more environmentally friendly.
Oh, I have, and that's what I wash the dog's bowls with. But I just... And also, because I'm like, well, by the time I've stacked it, I could have just washed it.
Yeah.
And for those dishwashers that you've got to wash, you've got to rinse them first.
Yeah.
And you just go, well, I may as well have just washed it. This is where, if you've got a foot that you can lift up, this is why Jane's struggling. If that foot lifted up at the back.
And lift it a bit more.
But it just means that you've got to stop and do it.
And readjust. And of course, we're on a bit of a time limit. Yeah. Whereas when you're doing it at home, you've got all the time in the world to make it. So you can stop, adjust.
Nearly there, Jane.
Nearly done. Just a little bit more.
Well done, Jane. You are an absolute trooper.
I'm just going to put more stitches, stop, and reverse. There we go.
Hooray!
Whew. So now I think...
Got to do the sewing down the side bits.
Finally, so from the base to each side up the side seam, pushing the base out of the way. Repeat this process with the lining, leaving a 4-inch opening for turning the bag through at the side seam. Okay.
You've got this, Jane. I would sew from the top down.
I was just thinking the same.
I would.
Because any discrepancies
you can
hide in the base, can't you? It's all about the base.
Yeah, Laura says it's definitely easier to sew the side seams first and then put the base in for that one.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like this is
I am
normally
literally following Lisa's pattern to the letter.
This is why we normally make samples first.
Yeah, because when you're making your sample, you find all the little snaggy bits, don't you? And you can pass on that. Like me saying about putting the adhesive sheet onto the fabric before you cut out the pattern piece. Because I know how difficult it is to cut out adhesive sheet in and then attach it to fabric afterwards.
Oh, yeah. But we are doing this so that you can have all those little tips and tricks ready to go. Because with the best will in the world, if you are someone that is a visual learner, this is the way. They said, Jane, you sound like you're having as much fun as having a bikini wax. The end result will be lovely. But just not
Probably
fun getting
making
there.
all the huffing and puffing that is... I'm so warm because I'm not in my comfort zone.
Oh, hang on. Can I just check that's not ruched? There you go.
Yeah.
You're doing a grand job. Quilts, you can throw any quilt at Jane. She'll just do it. And this would be me with dressmaking. I'd be like, you what?
I'm just going to trim that little bit of excess off there, just so I can line everything up properly.
Oh, Cynthia says, yeah, I don't like my dishwasher either. I use it as a dish drainer. I can until I can get around to towel drying. Or everything just gets shoved on the drainer. for me. And then it air dries and it goes away. Bish bash bosh, job done. Next time I make a cup of coffee and I'm waiting for the kettle to go, I tidy everything away. It's that multitasking thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what women do.
Yeah, whereas men will stand and watch the kettle
kettle
boil,
yeah.
whereas we've tidied up, prepped vegetables for dinner,
Made
or
the
done
school
whatever.
lunches.
Yeah. All of that.
Baked a cake.
Yeah, generally, yeah. Oh, Jane, will you remind me to cancel my butter order with the postman, please? Milkman?
Milkman.
I've overdone it, and I've got so many sticks of butter now in my fridge. It's really nice butter, but
It's lovely butter, your butter.
Fiona says I can put aircraft back together, but this bag has bamboozled my brain. Honestly, it's just, this is in the curved bag technique. You can do it one of two ways. You can either sew down both sides and then insert the base as you go around. This is just a different way to do it.
I would have done the sides and put the base in, because I'm now going back to just sew that little bit that I missed. I'm going to go back and just sew that.
Do you know what? If that happens, you can always unstitch a little bit and just, there's always a way to find to fit it. It will work.
It'll ease in, won't it?
Oh, Julie says, wouldn't be without mine. Chuck stuff in, comes out clean and dry. No piles by the sink. Everyone's different, aren't they?
Yeah, we've all got our own.
Jan says she loves her
preferences.
dishwasher. He's called Steve.
It's quite a good job to get the children to do as well, isn't it? Load and unload the dishwasher.
I think the problem with our dishwasher is that for many years my ex-husband used it for washing all of his pizza business stuff, and it hasn't quite forgiven him.
It's not too bad. It's got a little bit of a tuck in the corner.
That's all right. No one's going to notice.
Right, so we're going to do the same with the lining.
Look at this, Jane. It's looking fabulous. Do you still need your front panel on there? Oh, you know what we've got to do? Do you know what I'm going to do for you?
Yes, we've got to put the.
Whilst you sew
in.
that, do you want to sew down the sides of this one,
I'm
and we'll do it the other way.
And we'll do it the other way.
I'm going to, while Jane does that, I'm going to
Clasp it on the other side.
put you guys here. I might pop you on top of this so that you can see what we're both doing. And I'm going to pop this clasp in. That's quite easy to do from here, isn't it? Yeah. And it goes onto the back. I'm going to leave it so that there's a little bit of a gap there. And that's going out there.
So when sewing down the sides, I haven't gone right to the end. I've left that 1/4 inch ready to put the base in.
It's all about the base, Ouch. Oh, Jane's pinned everything.
There's pins everywhere.
Including
because I did
my
think
fingers.
originally that you were going to be doing it, so I was labelling everything so you'd know which bit was what.
Well, we all thought that, didn't we, Jane?
Yeah.
And
I
then
thought I was only prepping it.
well, you were going to be only prepping it. And then I got the call while I was on the school run of, we have no pearl. And all plans changed, Jane.
Yeah. Always a little bit big told. Never mind. We have the power.
Oh, pearl, look at this. We're two-handering now.
It's a bit easier with the lining because obviously it's all single fabric and there isn't great big firm.
I think you're doing a cracking job, Jane.
Wadding bits to try and. I found the centre pieces of the base as well, so I found the middle of the base. I'm going to line that up with the seam. We can pin this because it's only single fabric.
I think it is going to be worth it, Jane. I think it is going to look lovely when it's done.
I think it'll be gorgeous. It's my bag, you know that, don't you, when it's finished?
Okay.
But I'm literally putting sweat into this.
Hopefully no tears or blood.
No, you know
Yet.
when your eyeballs sweat? That's how I feel.
Jane loves her job. I'm just going to remind her of that.
I do love my job.
On the
I'm very
regular.
lucky to have my job. I went to a quilt show at the weekend and I was chatting to the ladies there, and the one lady said to me, "So what do you do?" And I said, "Well, I'm very lucky. I actually do patchwork and quilting for my job." And she just looked at me, and I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, it's only because you're good at it. If you're rubbish, you wouldn't.
No. There are other people that are as good as me.
Olo's air fryer is called Danny Fryer.
Danny Fryer.
And our crepe maker is called Elspeth McGillicuddy. I thought it was the name of your cat. What's the name of Lo's cat?
Oh, I don't know.
She's got quite an extravagant name for a cat as well.
Just my middle of the sides, middle of the edges, just 4 points there.
So this is the other way that you could do it. Sew down the sides and then put the base in. Jane, did we tell you that we renamed the ducklings? We've got 2 ducklings.
Oh, have you ever made them? They're not Quacky Chan and...
Oh, no, they are. Oh, we did. Oh, yeah, because the one started off being Strawberry because he was born under the strawberry moon.
Yes.
And then the other one was born. And so they're now Quacky Chan and Duck Norris.
Fabulous.
Which makes us laugh daily because we're basically children, Jane.
Why not?
Yeah. And they are absolutely gorgeous. I must bring them in and show you. They need another little ducky bath because they're a bit grubby. They just run through their food. Oh, and we gave them melon when it was hot the other day. They love melon.
They got lots of sticky.
They love melon. Oh, that's it. The cat is Mrs. Bad Crumble.
Bad Crumble.
That's it.
Name.
You know when they had that competition for naming the boat and it ended up being Boaty McBoatface?
Yes, and they
I
changed it, didn't they? Because they said it wasn't professional enough.
I feel like Lo should be naming things. Elspeth McGillicuddy. I like that. I'm impressed you've got a crepe maker. I have, and his name's Josh. I'm not really allowed to make pancakes. I tried the other day.
Yes.
But it's the one thing that the boys take over. Freddie won't let me do them.
It's good that Freddie gets the opportunity to do it.
Jane, I had Emily all ready for a bedtime story the other night. I was like, Freddie, where are you? Because I insist he listens to bedtime story.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't go to sleep straight away, Emily goes to sleep straight away. But it just, we make sure that we do books that are so suitable for both. We're working our way through the Michael, what's his chops? He wrote Warhorse.
Oh, yeah.
And we've just read Farm Boy, which is the sequel. It's very nice. Anyway, Freddie comes up to bed. It's like, where have you been, Fred? He's like, I've just been cooking, Mummy. I'm like, what? So I've just had a sandwich. He hadn't had any old sandwich. He'd fried himself an egg sandwich and had toasted his bread and everything else. I was like, okay, fair enough.
That's wonderful.
More pogo. Thank you, Gemma. Now,
you know what I've done?
What have you done?
I haven't left a gap. 23 gaps.
Oh, that's my gap. That's my. I'll do that.
Unpick it.
I'll
on
unpick.
one side.
There we go. What's next, Jane?
I think we're going to put it together, aren't we?
Jane can't wait. You can just hear that. Thank the Lord. She's not making me.
Fit the lining inside the outer bag with the right sides together.
You've got any of your birthday cake left? I think we might have. I think you deserve it.
Stitch all the way around the top edge of the bag. Turn the bag right side out through the opening in the lining. Stitch opening and lining closed. Position the handles 4 inches in from each side and sew onto the bag.
We're going to rivet them in.
Attach the magnetic clasp to the underside of the flap, and I suppose if you've got a sew-on magnetic clasp, you can do that, but you really need to do it when we did it. And then we're going to make the flowers. Now,
Do you want me to sew around and you make the flowers?
Yeah, these are optional. Where's the main bag? What, is this the camera angle here?
Yeah, there you go. I'll swap with you.
On the pattern, you can see that Lisa's made these little flowers to attach, just to embellish the sides and then over the flap. They're quite easy to do. We get a bias strip. Got a bias strip. It's 2 inches wide, and I've pressed it in either side there. And then you mark an inch mark across along on the one side. I don't know if you can see it, but I've marked it with the chalk marker. Inch intervals along there, and then on the opposite side you mark it so that it's in the middle of that inch mark. So I started on this side, I measured 1/2 inch in, then I measured an inch each time, and then on the other side I just started at the end and measured an inch in, so that they're alternating. And then you do a running stitch. Now I had a bit of trouble with my thread, there's a surprise.
Take it off the reel the wrong way. So
Possibly. Twisted it
I can
around.
never remember which is the right way, and I seem to always find the wrong way.
Yes. It's easier to find the wrong way.
Yeah.
So you then sew a running stitch from each point along. So it's just, you know, like a running stitch along your needle, along from point to point. So you're sewing a zigzag basically. And then you'll pull that thread. Now I've got a thread here because it came undone. So when you pull it, it scrunches up like that. Can you see that? Scrunches up. If I pull this one here, you'll see it. Scrunches it up. And it scrunches it up, and then you sort of roll it around on itself, and it creates the flower. And you sew it as you scrunch it.
So as you scrunch?
As you scrunch, you sew. I think Lisa's instructions are a lot clearer than that. Scrunch and sew. But it gives a lovely effect.
As you scrunch and sew.
As you're scrunching it.
I think she called it ruching.
Ruching.
I've made a few of these in my time, Jane.
Yeah. It's a really lovely way of doing it.
Yeah. Do I have to
See how that,
stitch
when
this,
you,
Jane?
yes. So you can see how that pulls up, makes that lovely ruche, and then it'll fold around into itself.
I'm just turning through over here, just so that everybody knows I've sewn around the top seam.
So it makes a lovely little rosette, which you can then sew onto your bag.
When your bag is ready.
When your bag's ready.
Which is imminently, Jane. Make sure you've taken out all the pins that Jane has pinned everything onto everything.
Yes. Got a lovely camera angle of just there you are, just saying it, pulling it through.
Jane, look at this. You will give this a good old press, by the way.
It's a lovely fabric combination.
Isn't it? Look at that. It's been worth the fight, Jane.
It's not come out too bad, has it?
No. I'm going to top stitch around there, get this all where it needs to be. Yes, 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 loving this, Jane. So I think if we had to sum up, Jane,
Yes.
these aren't as easy as mine. They
No.
are more complicated, which is fine because what's the point in us all doing the same thing? But my golly, are they worth persevering for?
Absolutely, because you do get a lovely effect.
We don't always have time to do 2-hour shows, which is effectively what this will end up being. So thank you for those of you that have bared with us and come on this little journey with us as we make a foray into Leesa's bag. You will very rarely see any of my Leesa samples for her bags come up in our sample sale because you get to say like, no,
Yeah.
that
I've invested a lot into this.
yeah, that took time. That did.
But you do get a beautiful finish.
You do. You really do. Now have a look on the website because we've got various other Leesa things. We've got like the V-class bag. That's a lovely one.
Oh, that's a lovely,
And
pretty
the
one.
fussy cut on there is absolutely beautiful. Really beautiful on that one. I can't find my sample of it. Because I made one out of flamingos for Emily, which she absolutely loves. Out of flamingo fabric.
Yeah.
And fussy cut the flamingos. And that's one of her favourite bags. And then I did myself a Leesa one, which are the 2 Leesa kits that are remaining. We've also got...
Are the Leesa kits with the small floral in the orange?
Yeah,
And
they've got that,
brown.
but they've also got...
Oh.
They've got the Melba tile.
Yes.
So you fussy cut the tile to sit into the V.
Beautiful fabrics.
Come on, out from under there. Why are you stuck? Jane, it's stuck. You got a pocket.
It's lovely.
Oh, this is very nice. Look, this is the back of it, Jane. That's crazy that that's the back of it.
Yeah.
And then your front needs a good press. But to give you an idea, that is your front. Does need a good old press, but. And
There
then,
we go. I've
can they
ruched.
see, Jane? Can they see
Yeah,
that? Can
I've
they see?
ruched that more now. Can you see? And then you'll bring that around and around to make the flower, which you can attach to the flap there, if you wanted to. Or you could just add it as a little embellishment on the side. Whatever you felt like.
And then, to add your handles, they would go on. We'd rivet those on there, wouldn't we, Jane?
Yeah, beautiful.
Can you see that in the, is that fully in the frame?
You just need to go back just a fraction. That's it.
So that's, we will rivet those on. I'll take some photos. Jane, thank you so much. You are such a trooper.
I'm so hot.
I know, bless you. Thank you so much. It's just meant that I could hold the phone.
It's been a good.
We're going to see if we can rebuild everything. Crikey. Not looking forward to this. But yeah, look at that.
Otherwise, we'll have more of the same tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Who knows? Anne said, brilliant show. Love the banter. And Chris said it's lovely, worth the effort. Guys, these Leesa products, when they're gone, they are gone. That will be it. Look. Oh no! Oh, look out! Overboard. Sorry. Worth the effort as I push it off the table. I'm so sorry. Tomorrow. These are the fabrics tomorrow. Look, this is my attempt at tidying. These are some of the fabrics tomorrow. We've got beautiful fabrics tomorrow. We're going to have a go with some, what's it called? Quilter's grid.
Yes.
Quilter's grid. And I'm going to show you lots of different ways to work with that so that you can make bags, purses, pouches, whatever it is that you want to do and make the most out of that. And there you go. So we will see you tomorrow. This is your last call now for the 1 kilo, because I'm going to take that down and order that so that doesn't take forever to arrive. So if you are after that 1 kilo bag of cork, please do get your order in the next sort of half an hour, and then we'll take it down. We'll take it down 12:30. If we're just bagging up, aren't we, all the 10 fat quarters. If I've made too many at any point, we'll add some more. I think I'm about right, but the girls did cut a few. I don't know how much she ended up cutting, because I just gave them some bolt ends to cut yesterday.
Yeah, and they were cutting.
So we'll see. Gemma will kill me, but she's not here, is she, Jane?
Well, she is. She's probably silently.
She's not here.
She's probably cursing you very loudly, but we fortunately can't hear her.
All I'm going to say is that if you are going in for second dips and second dibs on these, Gemma said to me, you won't be putting in anything silly like Kaufman, will you?
I think she might have done. Oops. Don't like to talk and spread malicious gossip, but she has.
I know. Some of the metallic fabric and some of the brushed cotton as well. Which are perfect for face wipes and hand warmers and all those sorts of things. So just if you wanted to treat yourself for a second one, if I've got any more, big if. Then we'll have a look.
May have gone.
Donna said, I need my glasses on, so I want to try contact lenses. I bought one of those things that opens up your eyes so that you can jab your contact lenses. I know, it's barbaric. Chris just says, whoops. Syl's off to Portugal this weekend. Lots of repairs to do on the apartment. I just, because we hadn't heard anything from you, I just had hoped that was all lovely and fabulous. Gemma's just, I forgot she's watching.
Yeah.
She's just
sent you an angry emoji, I bet.
Anyway.
That's a good job she's not here.
Genevieve says, thank you for a lovely show. I will see you all later. Thank you ever so much for bearing with us. Thank you ever so much for watching. We'll see you soon.